لا إكراه في الدين قد تبين الرشد من الغي فمن يكفر بالطاغوت ويؤمن بالله فقد استمسك بالعروة الوثقى لا انفصام لها والله سميع عليم.
There's no compulsion in religion. The right way stands clearly distinguished from the wrong. Hence, he who rejects the evil ones and believes in Allah has indeed taken hold of the firm, unbreakable handle. And Allah, whom he has held for support, is all-hearing, all-knowing.
الله ولي الذين آمنوا يخرجهم من الظلمات إلى النور والذين كفروا أولياؤهم الطاغوت يخرجونهم من النور إلى الظلمات أولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون.
Allah is the guardian of those who believe. He brings them out of every darkness into light. And those who disbelieve, their guardians are the evil ones. They bring them out of light into all kinds of darkness. These are destined for the fire, and there shall they abide.
ألم تر إلى الذي حاج إبراهيم في ربه أن آتاه الله الملك إذ قال إبراهيم ربي الذي يحيي ويميت قال أنا أحيي وأميت قال إبراهيم فإن الله يأتي بالشمس من المشرق فأت بها من المغرب فبهت الذي كفر والله لا يهدي القوم الظالمين.
Did you not consider the case of the person who remonstrated with Abraham about who was Abraham's Lord, just because Allah had granted him dominion? When Abraham said, "My Lord is he who grants life and causes death," he replied, "I grant life and I cause death." Abraham said, "But surely Allah causes the sun to rise from the east. Now you cause it to rise from the west." Thereupon the denier of the truth was confounded. Allah does not direct the wrongdoers to the right way.
أو كالذي مر على قرية وهي خاوية على عروشها قال أنى يحيي هذه الله بعد موتها فأماته الله 100 عام ثم بعثه قال كم لبثت قال لبثت يوما أو بعض يوم قال بل لبثت 100 عام فانظر إلى طعامك وشرابك لم يتسنه وانظر إلى حمارك ولنجعلك آية للناس وانظر إلى العظام كيف ننشزها ثم نكسوها لحما فلما تبين له قال أعلم أن الله على كل شيء قدير.
Or consider him by way of example who passed by a town that was fallen down upon its turrets. He exclaimed, "How will Allah restore life to this town that is now dead?" Allah then caused him to remain dead for 100 years and then raised him to life and asked him, "How long did you remain in this state?" He replied, I remained so for a day or a part of a day. Allah rejoined, No, you have rather stayed thus for 100 years. But look at your food and your drink. There's no deterioration in them. And look at your ass, how its entire skeleton has rotted. And we did all this so that we might make you a token of instruction for people. And see how we'll put the bones of the ass together and will clothe them with flesh. Thus, when the reality became clear to him, he said, I know that Allah has power over everything.
وَإِذْ قَالَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ رَبِّ أَرِنِي كَيْفَ تُحْيِي الْمَوْتَى قَالَ أَوَلَمْ تُؤْمِنْ قَالَ بَلَى وَلَكِنْ لِيَطْمَئِنَّ قَلْبِي قَالَ فَخُذْ أَرْبَعَةً من الطير فصرهن إليك ثم اجعل على كل جبل منهن جزءا ثم ادعهن يأتينك سعيا واعلم أن الله عزيز حكيم.
And recall when Abraham said, My Lord, show me how you give life to the dead. Allah said, Why? Do you have no faith? Abraham replied, Yes, but in order that my heart be at rest. He said, Then take 4 birds and tame them to yourself. Then put a part of them on every hill and summon them. They will come to you flying. Know well that Allah is Almighty, all-wise.
مثل الذين ينفقون أموالهم في سبيل الله كمثل حبة أنبتت 7 سنابل في كل سنبلة 100 حبة والله يضاعف لمن يشاء والله واسع عليم.
The example of those who spend their wealth in the way of Allah is like that of a grain of corn that sprouts 7 ears, and in every ear there are 100 grains. Thus Allah multiplies the action of whomsoever He wills. Allah is munificent, all-knowing.
الذين ينفقون أموالهم في سبيل الله ثم لا يتبعون ما أنفقوا منا ولا أذى لهم أجرهم عند ربهم ولا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون.
Those who spend their wealth in the way of Allah and do not follow up their spending by stressing their benevolence and causing hurt will find their reward secure with their Lord. They have no cause for fear and grief.
قول معروف ومغفرة خير من صدقة يتبعها أذى والله غني حليم.
To speak a kind word and to forgive people's faults is better than charity followed by hurt. Allah is all sufficient, all forbearing.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تبطلوا صدقاتكم بالمن والأذى كالذي ينفق ماله رئاء الناس ولا يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فمثله كمثل صفوان عليه تراب فأصابه وابل فتركه صلدا لا يقدرون على شيء مما كسبوا والله لا يهدي القوم الكافرين.
Believers, do not nullify your acts of charity by stressing your benevolence and causing hurt, as does he who spends his wealth only to be seen by people and does not believe in Allah and the last day. The example of his spending is that of a rock with a thin coating of earth upon it. When a heavy rain smites it, the earth is washed away, leaving the rock bare. Such people derive no gain from their acts of charity. Allah does not set the deniers of the truth on the right way.
وَمَثَلُ الَّذِينَ يُنْفِقُونَ أَمْوَالَهُمْ ابْتِغَاءَ مَرْضَاتِ اللَّهِ وَتَثْبِيتًا مِّنْ أَنفُسِهِمْ كمثل جنة بربوة أصابها وابل فآتت أكلها ضعفين فإن لم يصبها وابل فطل والله بما تعملون بصير.
The example of those who spend their wealth single-mindedly to please Allah is that of a garden on a high ground. If a heavy rain smites it, it brings forth its fruits twofold. And if there's no heavy rain, even a light shower suffices it. Allah sees all that you do.
أيود أحدكم أن تكون له جنة من نخيل وأعناب تجري من تحتها الأنهار له فيها من كل الثمرات وأصابه الكبر وله ذرية ضعفاء فأصابها إعصار فيه نار فاحترقت كذلك يبين الله لكم الآيات لعلكم تتفكرون.
Would any of you desire that he should have a garden of palms and vines with rivers flowing beneath it, a garden in which he has every manner of fruit, and that it should then be struck by a fiery whirlwind and be utterly burned down at a time when old age has overtaken him and his offspring are still too small to look after their affairs? Thus does Allah make His teachings clear to you, that you may reflect.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا أنفقوا من طيبات ما كسبتم ومما أخرجنا لكم من الأرض ولا تيمموا الخبيث منه تنفقون ولستم بآخذيه إلا أن تغمضوا فيه واعلموا أن الله غني حميد.
Believers, spend in the way of Allah out of the good things you have earned and out of what we have produced for you from the earth. And choose not for your spending the bad things, such as you yourselves would not accept, or accept only by overlooking its defects. Know well that Allah is all munificent, most praiseworthy.
الشيطان يعدكم الفقر ويأمركم بالفحشاء والله والله يعدكم مغفرة منه وفضلا والله واسع عليم.
Satan frightens you with poverty and bids you to commit indecency, whereas Allah promises you His forgiveness and bounty. Allah is munificent, all-knowing.
يؤتي الحكمة من يشاء ومن يؤت الحكمة فقد أوتي خيرا كثيرا وما يذكر إلا أولو الألباب.
He grants wisdom to those whom He wills, and whoever is granted wisdom has indeed been granted much good. Yet none except people of understanding take heed.
وما أنفقتم من نفقة أو نذرتم من نذر فإن الله يعلمه وما للظالمين من أنصار.
Allah knows whatever you spend or whatever you vow to spend. The wrongdoers have none to succor them,